Working on a drainage solution for a client that we did the Xeon Georgia for last week. I'm talking about last week, this week. Got a little bit of material, doesn't take much. It's just a couple feet I'm coming out. As you can see, I pulled up all my sod already. Got to do a little bit of digging. I'm actually gonna connect this downspout connection here. It's gonna come and pop up right here. French drain is gonna capture that water that comes out of discharge and take it out of the property. It's gonna do a pop up right here. Oh boy, that's what's in on the scope today. I left all of my tools here. Well, not all of them, but a handful of my tools, like my roller and stuff. Luckily, I didn't have no job lined up, but I needed it this weekend. Yes, sir. It's going down. Let's see if I can find my tripod. And look at the truck, man. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that part, y'all. Gotta do better. Gotta do better. Let me straighten up. Get this skirt done. Then I got an irrigation I need to go adjust. That, that small patch job I did the other day. The customer hit me up. She's like, hey, you remember last time you put the grass down? You calibrated the heads to spray for the new sod only. Being that you just put more sod down, you probably need to get it back in that direction. I was like, you know what? You are right, because the new grass is not getting watered. So I got to get over there and get that situated ASAP. Yesterday was pretty cool though. Hung out with my son. I supposed to came back here. This was on the agenda, but I didn't make it up here yesterday. Instead, I was hanging out with my boy, man. And he is a handful. Gosh, he's a handful. He had me pretty busy. So first things first, I'll do some digging over here so I can get this downspout, because this is really, so basically, let me explain to you what's going on. We got this roof here. You got a bunch of water that come down from here. You see that? That's a gutter. The gutter comes down, water comes in here, it comes right here, and it all drains out here. So where's that water gonna go? It's gonna puddle up first, then it's gonna go to the lowest spot. What's the lowest spot? Right here on the edge. It drains out through the side, and then it puddles all through here, and everything stays wet. So he feels as if this area has been staying too wet over the years, and that's probably what's been causing the lawn to decline. So we're putting in a system to properly route that water. So instead of that water puddling, staying here and traveling out to this side here, I don't know what that horn was about. So instead of the water puddling, coming out here and just puddling this whole area, as soon as it come out here, the pop-up emitter will pop up, it'll float, it'll pool in this area, and all of that water go through the French drain towards the discharge emitter. That's going to be right here, and it'll pop up and the water drain out. Ran into some things trying to. What's going on, boss man? Taking it easy?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's there. Yep. He's getting that work in, man. So I'm gonna make a short little video here because I gotta make some content for my business page. I'm gonna tap back in. I'm not getting off the live, but I'm gonna pause out of here for a second because I definitely need to make sure I'm documenting this process and explaining it to my clients so they understand where the issue is coming. Appreciate it, Nick. Nick Bow. Oh, let me move my wheelbarrow. They walking.
Okay.
Good morning.
Well, at least you have some shade here.
Oh
That
yeah.
helps.
Oh yeah. Hey there. Yeah. So let me record some content real quick. I'll bounce back in here in just a sec. What's going on, y'all? I'm back, man. Sorry, I was MIA for a minute. I had to make a video and I had to upload it to my business page. Hopefully, before I can finish this job today, I have a few more lined up for this upcoming week. Or if they book, you know, or if they're looking to have it a consultation or something today, stop by. We gotta get to it in the season of harvest. Can't sit on a bench right now. It's 4 quarters to this game, and can't be tapping out before the season is done blessing us. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to do what I can do, man. I'm about to tie this in real quick. Put this thing in place. Let me get to digging. Put this here because this thing is tripping. There we go. Put my phone on do not disturb because I don't want to be bothered when I'm working. Gotta focus on the task at hand. So many times start to pick up that phone and answering calls. The next thing you know, I'm off track. You know, today I got my weapon of choice with me. And I would play myself with a dead battery. So I'm dead over here. I don't got no power. Luckily I got my charger with me. I'm gonna put it on the charger, but I'm gonna go ahead and have to use the shovel to get this thing in the weight. could just go under it. Let me try that. Yeah, I'm gonna just go under. Get this gutter off my way real quick. So I'm struggling to find the right piece right here. So I'm trying to get this downspout off, right? See that screw right there? I tried my metrics. It's not an 8, it's not a 10, it's not a 6, it's a 7mm. So I'm getting my tools. Luckily I got my tool bag with me, got my drill, be able to pop it off fairly fast. Yes, I probably could have used a you know, some pliers or channel locks or something, but I prefer to use the right tool. That way when I gotta drill it into the piece that I have to put on the downspout attachment adapter, I can drill it straight through there and know that it's gonna go with these. So a perfect fit was my quarter inch socket. That's what I'm using right here to get that gutter off. And I'll be able to screw it on with this same piece. The reason I took this off is because I'm about to put in a downspout, and I want that water to go straight down into the ground. I mean, straight down, and then turn wherever I have it fixated at, which is going to be coming the direction of the camera, because this is the low spot right here where this concrete edge is at. It's hot. It's hot, y'all. It's hot out, y'all. But these are the 2 screws that I took off the gutter, and I'll be putting these directly into the adapter. See those screws? I'll be drilling these back into both sides of it like that, and it'll go right into that sheet metal. I'm gonna put these close up there so I don't forget where they're at, because they're so tiny. And now I can continue to dig under that root, because I was going to cut that root out of my way, but instead of cutting it out of the way, I'm going to just go under it. And I'll still be able to do what I'm trying to do, because the drainage that I'm putting in, it needs to get under this concrete edging as well. So I'm going to get to it. back this up a little bit more because I'm gonna actually bring that discharge emitter like just right outside of this bed. It's gonna pop up right here in the mid area.
I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, y'all.
Yeah, see me working my way under that concrete curve. I got to get that drainage outside of there, and I'm not going to beat on it too bad with this shovel because I don't want to damage their concrete edging. So I'm taking my time, doing my due diligence, getting under that concrete curve the best way I can. And to be real, I've made it far enough to where I can go on the opposite side and dig through. But I'm going to make sure it's all level and it has some drop, you know, and that's pretty important. I'm gonna get on that other side and start working it through. let you guys see how I made it through. Just clear it up a little bit more. That way I can actually level it out a little bit. Being that the 4-inch pipe has a little bit of depth on it, I don't want, once it come outside of this concrete edge, so it connects to the downspout, it comes through here, it has to still be at least 3 to 4 inches below the soil level, because we're still going to get runoff, we're still going to get rain that could cause the stuff to reveal the pipe. I don't want the pipe to be showing, you know, based off of, you know, some runoff coming down. So making sure I got us enough depth, basically enough depth so the pipe is not revealed, and the only thing that I want to pop up is the discharge emitter. All right, based on what I'm trying to do, I think that would suffice. Only thing I need to do right now, this is not going to have any gravel in here. This is going to be solid pipe. So I'm gonna go ahead and run that pipe through here, see if everything fits how I want it to. And then if I need to change the depth, dig a little bit deeper, I'll do that. But it already looked like I need to do a little bit more digging, to be honest. But I'm gonna test it out to see. We'll test it. All right, so this is my solid corrugated pipe that I'm about to use. Go right under here. If you guys are wondering why I left that big old root over there, you can see that big root in the trench. I look at it as a long-term help when it comes to keeping this pipe from doing any type of elevating. If it tries to move, this will pretty much keep it below a certain level, which and that eventually keeps all of this down. Tongue twister, y'all. Tired, hot. I need to hydrate. But that discharge emitter, as long as it pops up outside of that concrete curb, I'm fine, because it's a natural slope going towards this way, and it'll fall into the French drain and it'll pop up out there. Whew. Hot, y'all. This phone is going crazy. I'm getting messages. Forgive me, I'm not gonna be participating in the chat for a moment because sometimes I get sidetracked, but I don't mind showing you what I got going on. I got a dig over there, that's why I stopped. And you want to try to prevent any debris, dirt, whatever getting into this pipe, because a common issue is these get clogged because of, you know, dirt, leaves, etc. from the gutters. So that's why I'm actually trying to make sure I got the right slope, all those things to make sure this flows out fast, easy, simple, whatever. But I got to do some more digging over there by that downspout because it's too high. The dirt is up too high. I can't get the pipe down deep enough. guys, so that's gonna work out perfectly. I'm about to go get the attachment. One thing that I will call out right now is I'm gonna put my level on it to make sure that it's sloping away, even though I know it is, just because of the way I dug it. And also it does have, you guys can't see this on camera, but this bed is elevated, of course, and outside of the bed it drops. So it's a natural slope exiting from where the property and the water is puddling. So that's not going to be a huge issue, but just for the sake of making sure I got enough drop and it's not flowing that way towards the house, because that makes a difference. If I dug that hole too deep on this side where it comes down and then it bulges and it goes up a little bit right here, that water can possibly, like, let's say, kind of get trapped in that area to an extent. The goal for me is to make sure this here, this piece either drops down towards this way, like the water's traveling towards this way, or it's level. It's fine, as long as that end, of course, is sloped. As soon as it come down, it slopes immediately hard this way, and this is level. Things can travel across a level area, but it can't, you know, travel if it has to go up a hill, an incline, if you understand what I'm saying. But this worked out perfectly. I'm gonna go ahead and double check the my bubble on my measuring bubble. I don't know what else to call it. Let me put you guys back over here because when I start moving around too much. Another thing I'm gonna pop up, talk to you about. So this right here is like, y'all keep hearing me say discharge emitter, discharge emitter. This is a discharge emitter. Of course it says pop-up drainage emitter. I just say discharge because that's where the water is gonna discharge, right? So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna connect that pipe right there to this. And what happens is once this pipe fills up, all that pressure of water slopes to this end, this pops up, just hence the name, discharge pop-up emitter, right? If I can pull it off real quick. It's locked on there pretty good. See, it pops up like this. Pops, boop, pops up just like that, and the water flows out. Once all the water's flowed out, based off of it coming off the rooftop, it closes back down. But all of that water is going to come out to this area. You're like, okay, well, what you're going to do with the water that's in this area? All the subsurface water or water in this area, period, that goes under the ground, it's going to go out through a French drain. And it's going to pop up over there by the sidewalk. So that's how this drainage system works. I got into this stuff based off of needing solutions for the properties that I'm currently servicing. And, you know, I want to address something that can be addressed when, you know, before, you know, months come down the road and they still have this issue. I can fix this right now. So that's how this drainage thing works. And this is a solid pipe. So I'm not going to be putting any rock in here because there's no holes in here. You get what I mean? I do have one that I'm going to be showing you next, that is going to have rock gravel, and I'm going to burrito wrap it. I'm going to dig the trench just like this. I'm going to put the rock in the base. I'm going to tamp that base down so everything is compacted. Then I'm going to put the pipe in, which is perforated, meaning it has holes in it. This one doesn't have holes because I want all that water to go straight into that solid pipe, not leak out anywhere, and pop up right here, right? So once it pops up here, it's going to go through that the gravel, which is an aggregate. It's going to go through the aggregate. Like, say if it goes down through the aggregate and goes to the bottom level, it's going to more than likely fall within the pipe, and it's going to slope out towards the exit of the property, if that makes sense, guys. Trying to put in the simplest terms I can make it. But that pipe is not going to be easily accessible to soil, so I'm not going to put any soil back onto this French drain. It's literally going to be gravel and then the sod. So it's going to be essential for it to be properly watered, etc. But the goal is not to put a bunch of soil on top of it, because it could cause it to clog. If it's too much dirt, they get into perforated corrugated pipe. It can basically not perform as it should. So I'm trying to find my measuring bubble, y'all. I just wanted to explain that so y'all can have some context. Another thing, that gutter right there, there's two different sizes that's commonly found at like irrigation places and Lowe's, Home Depot. Lowe's, Home Depot don't have all the drainage stuff that you need. If you were trying to get it from a big box store, they don't have everything. You want to go to an irrigation place like a Site One or something. But this is a small one. This is a large. I think this is more of a standard. But this right here is going to go up, and I'm going to put it right. See where that gutter is right there? I'm going to put it right there, pop it on, put that black pipe that's coming out of the ground, put that on here. And from there, I'm going to drill those two screws that you see me take out initially. I'm going to drill that through here, and I'm going to drill that through here on the side. That should suffice for it being properly secured. That water is going to travel through this pipe, pop up. That'll be complete. But let me make sure I got this drop, y'all. Just want to give you some more context. All right, back at it. So when I said I'm about to put this right here on that pipe, I'm gonna put it right on top of it, just like this. You're not gonna be able to see it because I'm gonna be, I gotta get down there and see if it's level, right? But you see this bubble, right? This is a leveler, basically. It's level if it's right there in the middle. If you guys don't know about this, but the goal is when it comes from that gutter, from this downspout right here, it should slope like this, just like that. So when I go over there and I put it on there, if it goes to this side, I'm cool with it. Or even if it goes slightly level, I'm cool with it. But it should never go like that. You get what I mean? It must stay on this side at all times to prevent any type of water intruding back towards the property. That makes sense, guys? Just wanted to give you some context. So it can be level or it can go like this, but it can't go like this. Not when I'm trying to get the water away from the property. So I'm about to test that right now to make sure I got enough drop, which I'm pretty sure I do, just based off the way I put it in. And then I know where I can go from there. And just like I thought, it's perfect. It's going to work exactly how I want it to work. It's level in the middle, completely going down. It can be level because it coming down that right there, it's going to have so much speed coming off that rooftop that it'll push right through where it's leveled at. And even if it did build up, it's going to go across that level area easy because the slope starts down there. and it does, I don't have any backflow like towards the intruding towards the property. So let me go ahead and continue on, because I know a lot of people out there have, you know, drainage issues and things that they try to address, but they were like, man, I don't know where to start. I've been doing this for a little while. I actually used to work for a construction company where we used to tie in, like have drainage solutions, etc. One of the common issues that we used to run into is, you know, see right where that gutter is coming down at? Well, the house has a footer, basically a concrete slab that they, before they start building up the wall here, it was under there. So the footer, sometimes it comes out like 4 inches, 3 inches. So to try to get the pipe to go straight down is sometimes a challenge. But in this situation, it's not going to be a challenge. I'm going to be able to get it to go straight down. It's just got to remove that dirt that you see right there. The footer's not going to be an issue. Otherwise, I would have had to get like a HC90 and chisel it off or something like that. But I don't have to do all that. The solution is still going to happen exactly the way I want it to. But I'm gonna keep going, y'all, so y'all can kind of see how this thing comes together. All right, last thing I do want to point out to you, you see how I just pushed that in there? Pretty easy, right? And it's supposed to. But you also want to secure it a little bit more. So I'm going to wrap some weatherproofing tape around there. So it's not typically tape. It's not specifically duct tape, but it's like weatherproofing tape where it's a little bit more, it's more sticky, a little bit more adhesive, and I'll make sure that piece doesn't come loose. So you want to make sure all these components are tightly put together so you don't have any type of failure in the near future or anything like that. So I'm gonna tape that around each other right there, this black pipe around this piece that I just put in, and then I'm gonna put it on there and I'm gonna drill it inside there from the side like I showed you guys. And this is the tape I'm going to be using to put that together. This is flex tape, as you guys know. I've seen a commercial at one point that guy put a boat together with this tape. But anywho, it's waterproofing tape. You see it says strong rubberized waterproofing tape. This is, and it's 4 inch, so you know how you usually have to go around something multiple times because it's so thin. You can literally go around it probably twice with this, and it's kind of secure because it got a lot of coverage. It's 4 inches in width or whatever, but this is what I'm going to be using today. But there's other waterproofing tapes out there that work great, but this is the one I'm going to be using today. And I know this right here is, like, in a sense you could say it's overkill, but I look at it as something that's going to be more long term, that's going to work over long periods of time. That's kind of more promising to me because it saves me trips on coming back fixing issues if it ever have one. But not any of the drainage that I've installed since I've been in business have any issues that I had to go back and like, hey, this is out of whack, you know, because I'm pretty detailed. I'm not in a rush to get to the next property. I'm gonna sit here, dial in, and make sure this property turn out well. So yep, I'll keep on going, y'all. I'm almost there. And this part one of it will be done, and then I'll be putting the soil back on top and kind of compacting it back how it was before. And just in case you're moving pretty fast when you do this, make sure you tape this before you attach it to that, because once you attach it to there, you don't want to try to tape it. People try to do it like, oh, I can just, go around it with the tape. It's so much easier if you just tape this right now before you actually put it on there. I know that might seem like it's common sense, but some people will put it on there and then they'll try to take a tape between it and put it up in the dirt. You don't want to get dirt on this tape because it's going to stick pretty good. What I'm looking for right now is my pre-drill, so I can actually pre-drill into this plastic, because it's a little bit challenging to try to do it, especially with a hand tool. I got my drill with me, but I don't think I got my drill bit, so I might be out of luck on that one. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I can to get this secured. All right, got that situated. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my discharge emitter. Now I'm gonna go ahead and backfill it. I'm gonna go ahead and backfill it because that'll be the next step. Let me zoom out a little bit so y'all can kind of see the full area that I'm working with here. This dog dude talking about. And if you're thinking of doing something like this, make sure you keep your tools in mind. Do not put your tools close to that dirt, because if you accidentally start dumping dirt on top of your tools, and when you start doing the backfill, you're gonna wonder where that tool that you had at one point disappeared to, right? So you're typically not sifting through all this dirt when you usually just pushing it back in the hole. So do not put your tools close to the trench, because you will lose them. You see I got my blade right there. I'm about to move all of this stuff and make sure I'm accounting for it through each process, so I'm not losing any tools. And I would say the first part is the most important. So I'm gonna start right where the turn is. I'm gonna hold my foot down on it to make sure it's not moving and it's exactly in the spot where I want it to be. And then I'm gonna start putting the dirt on. And then I'll put it, down here, here, whatever. But I'm gonna start over there. All right, guys, so we got that where I wanted to be. Big piece about I wanted to point out as well is once you tie that gutter in, you do want to bring the grade back where it was, because at the end of the day, the water still needs to flow out through here, this concrete edge. So make sure you bring the grade right back how it's supposed to be, because despite, you know, a lot of the water coming off of the roof line onto the gutters, down the gutters, all of it's not going to come there. So you're still going to get some water that's going to fall directly on this side of the house, right here, coming from the trees, etc. And it's going to fall in this area. So all that water, we still want to kind of go right here to this area, because this is leading out to a French drainage system. So once it comes out of there and it still flows out of here, it'll still help with alleviating and rerouting a lot of that water. Next up is digging this trench here and actually putting down some gravel for the French drainage, making sure it's level, but it's coming along pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and put this this discharge emitter on here, and then from there I'm sure go ahead and be able to move forward and get the French drainage portion of this completed as well. But that piece right there is done, just about, until I put this last piece on. So I'm gonna put that on real quick and make sure I tape it around with this weatherproofing tape. That tape is so durable, so durable. And I have some screws. If I really wanted to, I can drill into there, and I think that's what I may do instead of actually taping. I think I might drill into this with the plastic, and I'm going to tape it to make sure it's just extra secure. But let me get to it. Okay, so one thing I did forget to get, guys, and I noticed that I don't have, is my internal coupling. There's a coupling that goes into the 4-inch corrugated. It goes into there, and it goes into the this fixture here, the drainage pop-up emitter. That internal coupling is absolutely necessary, and I don't think I have one with me, but I'm gonna double check. Yeah, I do not have it with me. I'm pretty sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and move forward and start moving towards the French drain. Um, Considered with this area here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my trenching and start to get to it, y'all, because got some trenching to do for sure. I'm gonna start with the exit point where I want the discharge to pop up. I'm gonna let y'all hang out right here as I do this trenching. Maybe over here better, so y'all out of my way, man. I can't have y'all in my way while I'm trying to work.